Well, hello again. It's Robert and
Jim Rhoades.
joining you once again here in Hurricane in Utah. So hopefully you're learning, you're taking some good notes, and you're applying this information. Jim and I want to take just a couple minutes and share with you what is driving us forward. Both of us, I know personally for me, I feel like I have an obligation. Once I was given this gift and I saw how life-changing it truly was for Joy and I felt an obligation to share it. Did you as well, Jim?
Absolutely, especially when it comes to those you love the most, such as my family. If you'll permit me, let me just share one incident. We have this very awesome family, 8 children to be exact, and every one of them are geniuses because they follow their mom. One of my older daughters, who is a math major and a grad who loves learning, was very opposed to anything through network marketing. It included Isagenix, even though the foods were incredible. However, on her 3rd pregnancy, she had a real challenge. She had gotten ill prior to being married, and we'd nursed her back to health, and she was doing okay, but a reoccurrence of this showed up, and it was her digestive system that was giving her serious problem, to the point that she hadn't been able to keep anything down in this early in this pregnancy for over 5 days.
Wow.
Even water was coming back up and causing severe discomfort as she tried to digest just water. And I remember my wife went over to visit, found out that she was doing very poorly, and said, "Cammie, let me fix you an isolene protein shake, at least a little one." And of course, my daughter says, "Mom, I'm not trying to lose weight." So she was still thinking that's all it was. And Kathy said, "This is not about weight. This is about nutrition. You're starving, for Pete's sakes. Let me make it." She went in and blended it, brought it back, brought a little half cup of protein shake, and with a straw bent it over and put it in her mouth and let her start supping it down. Within a minute or so, tears started streaming down her face, and Kathy drew back and said, "Don't keep drinking it if it's creating more discomfort." And she says, "No, I'm crying because it feels so good. It's soothing. Wow. Fix me a big one." Well, she started living on these. She showed up at her doctor the next day, brought in the canister of isolene, and said to her doctor, "Is it okay if I'm living on this? It's the only thing that's staying down." And the doctor looked at the ingredient list and said, "You're going to be fine." Cammie said, "How about the baby?" "The baby's going to be fine also." Well, it turned out the 3rd child that she had was her best delivery, the healthiest child. In fact, when the baby came, the doctor was so impressed with the afterbirth, the placenta, that he starts bringing in the nurses from the hallway. "This is a textbook placenta. This is how a placenta should look. Healthy, hydrated, and complete, not paper thin." So the Isagenix is not just something. It's huge for nutrition, not only for the mother, but for the child.
Amen. So it's these heartfelt stories, my friends. And a couple of stories that come to mind as well, Jim. One of my most heartfelt stories, where we heard about Isagenix, my stepmom. Her name's Colleen, dear friend. And she was having some really up and down, even mood swings. And also she had the burning in here and had some other health issues. And it's about 35 pounds overweight. We saw a very balancing and leveling out of some of the brain chemistry. As most of you know, John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, a globally best-selling author. That's why he's involved with Isagenix very passionately now. So, and they leveled out. My dad was a happy camper. We saw her go from frumpy to hottie, just a fun story. And the other side of the coin, the opposite end of the spectrum, a good friend of mine, who is one of our main spokespersons for the athlete and fitness world, Jim. His name is Shane Frills. Shane just thought he had the answers, but his wife couldn't shake her 35 pounds. Shane had a little extra body fat percent he wanted to bring down. He wouldn't do the program. Got his wife Monica on the program. Every child, 4 children, about 8 pounds each. Monica got on the program, released 35 pounds when nothing else was working, and Shane, who was already super fit, went from a 12 to 7% body fat percent, became more cut. His endurance and stamina went through the roof. And you heard my story earlier. I was underweight, chronically ill. So there's both sides of the spectrum, from releasing body fat to bringing up lean muscle to balancing your system. That is the power and the magic of cleansing and then nourishing the body at the same time. So hopefully these little stories have helped you see maybe a broader picture of what we can also bring into your life as well. Closing thought on this little series, Jim.
Just one. It's my favorite passion. It's children.
Wow.
A lot of children now have what are called challenges, particularly with brain chemistry. Mm-hmm. It could be minor, it could be major. I'm working with several, about 50 to be exact. And all we've done is introduce a shake a day and an ounce of cleanse a day. And the difference that's happening in these children with their brain chemistry, with what they're able to do, and the improvements that their parents share with me is phenomenal. All 50. Some of them are over the top. One young man is able to go back to college, got married, has a child. He's graduating in applied psychology of all things. Prior to the Isagenix experience, he was limited in any conversation with anyone but his mother.
Amazing. It truly is a gift. And remember, the body is the miracle. These products don't treat, diagnose, or cure anything. They supply our God-given, this beautiful creation of our bodies, what the body needs to produce the miracle. So again, have an amazing day. Share this gift. Change some lives, starting with your own. Thank you.
Bless you.